Welcome back to True Story with John Gibson. Today is my brother from another mother as a guest. He's one of my nearest, dearest favorite fighters. I couldn't care more for another fighter probably than this guy, Johnny Case.
Oh, man, thank you. Yeah, it's good to be back on, man. It's good to talk to you again.
My pleasure. If you guys aren't aware, he's been on a couple of times already. He was last year's Podcast of the Year winner by viewer choice. Again, Johnny's also someone that I just, as a human being, man, connected with this guy. And so I'm so mutually and personally invested in this guy's success. And I'm so happy, again, that you were able to find the time to come on the show, of course. And again, I'm so excited. You got so much going on in your life right now, man. I can't wait to talk about some of it.
Yeah, I'm just super grateful right now. You know, I'm just real high on life, and just every single day is a blessing. And I'm really fortunate to be in the position I'm in.
Yes. Yeah. And we'll get to that. So I definitely want to talk about Rizin. Johnny, if you're unaware, is going to be fighting for a world championship in just a few days on April 17th. But before I get to that, I want to actually talk a little bit about what he's been doing to lead up to this. Johnny's been super busy. He also has been professional boxing, keeping those tools super sharp, refining them. Real quick, Johnny, you mind just kind of bringing us up to speed about how the boxing's been going, how many bouts you've had, sort of what that's been like?
Yeah. So, obviously since I fight in Japan, the whole COVID restrictions on travel, I wasn't able to get back over to Japan and fight MMA. And it wasn't, I wasn't going to make any money fighting MMA anywhere else right now. So I decided to kind of stay busy and keep sharp. I'd start pro boxing and, just fell in love with the sport. I had 3 pro boxing fights and 3-0 with 3 KOs. Right. And, the thing I like about boxing, I'm more of a striker anyway, if you guys haven't watched me fight, but the thing I like about boxing is, you're not grappling, so you don't have to cut a lot of weight. You can kind of compete at the weight you walk around at. So, I think I can foresee myself, when I'm, retired from MMA, definitely stick around the boxing scene for a while.
It's so funny. And yeah, thanks for sharing that, man. And I've been able to, again, as a friend and fan, I've seen all of them, but, and it's been so cool to kind of watch your success in boxing, but it's again, I still trip out sometimes because, I first, became exposed to you through the UFC and your mixed martial arts and your spree, you're on a tear and getting your performance of the nights and all that. And you always had this punching power. And then when I got to know you and your background and learned that you had all this fundamental wrestling base and everything, I was like, wait, what? I thought for sure you'd be like a Golden Gloves amateur champion. It's just so crazy. Some people are born with that. And it's so cool that you've been able to refine those and make yourself even more lethal. It's just awesome that you kind of leaned into that gift maybe you were given.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So that's kind of I figured that out at a young age, or right away in the sport. My first 2 fights were 30-second KOs. I just one big right hand and the fight was over. And I was like, what's going on here? Do I just fight guys that suck really bad?
Yeah.
It wasn't until years later I started training with some good fighters and no, man, you have some naturally gifted heavy hands. So
yes,
and I since I started the sport of mixed martial arts, I preferred to strike anyway. Even coming from a wrestling background, I like to throw heat. So just I was born with it, I suppose.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, man. It's a wonderful gift to have, especially in this chosen profession. Yeah, man, I wanted to transition a little and talk about Rizin too, but one thing you touched on, and if you don't mind maybe sharing too, this journey has not been easy for you. Again, due to COVID, your fight with Rizin was planned and it was canceled or postponed. And I can't imagine that was easy for you just getting to this far. And we're just within days away from this fight. And again, this is your world championship opportunity, which every fighter dreams of. This is what you start the game for, So what has it been like just to get to this point?
And if you've been in my circle and you're in my tribe and what's been going on, it's been a lot of shit. It's been a hard 2 years to say the least.
Yeah.
A lot of downs, and But, you know, like I'm in a position now where it's like all of that just makes me just is fuel for my soul. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like I've been through hell and back, you know, in my personal life, and spiritually I'm the strongest I've ever been in my life. So I think, you know, there's fights, there's battles in the cage, and you know, I mean, there's battles outside of the cage, and you know, I think battles outside of the cage and in life are, you know, how you handle setbacks in life is how you handle, you know, how you handle it all.
Right. No, absolutely, man. Thank you. Yeah, it's true. And that's where our real tests are, you know. It's like one thing to know that, hey, I'm going to show up on Saturday and between this hour and this hour, it's fight time. But we can't predict the fights that happen outside of that cage, right? We don't see those coming. Those can blindside you sometimes. Yeah. But man, you've been incredibly agile, you know, to that end, and so inspiring too, man. And I maybe learned this from you in a way, you know, and it's cool to say it maybe publicly, but like, I also do believe, you know, God did not bring you this far just to bring you this far. And I cannot wait to see this dream come true for you, you know, and to celebrate this for you and with you. And, you know, with that, let's talk about maybe your opponent a little bit. Is it Roberto, Sobral? Souza. That's right. I knew I had it wrong, man. So I've seen his record and I've seen it, but what's maybe your assessment?
You know, he's a great fighter. You know, he's a world champion for a reason. You know, I honestly don't think I got to fight him the first time. You know what I mean? He didn't show up. You know what I mean? You know, so he's looked good. He's looked like a champion his last 4 fights, and I'm hoping he shows up this time. And I want to, you know, I don't want to just have a quick win. I want to beat the champion, you know, because I know I'm the best. I know I'm better than him, even still. So yeah, I feel good. I just feel ready and focused, and I know how to beat this guy, right? And I know his best chance to beat me. You know, it's no secret,
right?
So I'll just make him fight my fight like I did the first time, and we're going to war, and the fans are going to be on their feet.
And we all win. We all win.
Everybody wins.
Yeah, I can't wait, and it's just a few days away. Do you have any maybe special shout outs you want to give to friends, family, coach, team, sponsors, anybody worth mentioning? Or I'm sure there's many, but anybody off the top of your head?
There's so many people, right? You know, my family, my mom, people loaned me money. People, had my back. People loaned me vehicles while I was here. It's just, there's so many people that's had my back these last 2 years, and I wouldn't even be here right now if it wasn't for them. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it. This title is going to, there's a big piece of this title that's for you guys, so I just want you to know that I appreciate it, and I'm going to get that done.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, you will. And again, I can't wait to celebrate this, with you, for you. And I don't want to look too far ahead, but is there maybe, you're going to be world champ. So after world champ, is there another bucket list or something, maybe a larger vision at hand, you think, in mind, or are you just focused at the task at hand right now?
You know what? I've kind of got this idea I've been kicking around. So Tofik, he actually fought his last fight on his contract was against Satoshi, where he lost. Mm-hmm. And so he signed with Bellator. So I was thinking, he can win that title, and he's got to win over Patricky. I fight whoever is in the Rizin division. If there's anybody, Rizin wants to throw in there, we can do that. But I would like that rematch with Tofik. And what better way would be like a double champion, Rizin Bellator champion. So
yes,
I think that's the goal.
Coker's, he's into co-promotions. He's done it before with some K1, some kickboxing stuff as well. Man, that would be amazing.
Yeah, he did it with Horiguchi and Caldwell, and then Pettis and Horiguchi and that. He's done it with a few fighters. Yeah, they've co-promoted a few shows too.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. I love it. Just have that call out ready to go. Yeah. And then the people will make that happen. That'd be a really fun little campaign to get behind too and champion. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it again. I feel like I know again too with your tools that'd be a really exciting fight. And what the stakes can be higher, you know, at that end. So that'd be really cool too. That'd be really fun marketing.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, honestly, like I'm just so happy to be back with Rizin, and you know, I'm so grateful that you know that they see as much potential in me, and you know.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but man, what is that like there? I mean, because again, Rizin's an awesome organization too. And again, it was a long journey with the cancellation, and no one can help a pandemic. They got to do what they have to do for everybody's safety as well. But they really have kind of come behind you as an organization, and that's a totally different market. What is it like to be like popular overseas there?
Man, it's great. It's so cool.
Wow.
You know, like, you know, that's kind of what, like, telling my kids, I'm like, you know, they're like, Dad, how popular are you? You know, I'm like, I'm pretty popular. I don't, like, people will come up to me, you know, and like, so it's pretty cool to be able to like, to think like that. You know what I mean? I'm
yeah,
like,
for sure.
Japanese superstar.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you want to be appreciated for what you do, and like every fighter, I have such respect for you guys and women, because like you're giving your bodies, like it's just different. It's a different, and the pressure and anxiety around it. So it's just something I have such admiration for too. So it's like, and you're an artist on top of that. You are expressing martial arts and like the highest of stakes. So to be able to perform and all that, it's just a beautiful thing to me. And I want all you guys to be superstars, you know, and I really do, you know, and especially exciting people like you that show up, because like, I don't forget that that's for us, you know, it's for you, it's for us, you know?
Yeah. That's the one time, like, that's the one thing that like, I've always been told about, like, what makes me a good attribute that I have, and that's just being a good competitor. You know, no matter what is going on in my life, no matter what, like I can just get in there and I can let go and I can fight to the best of my ability. You know, I don't get in my own way. And, you know, I think that a lot of that's just like, you know, testament to how I grew up, you know, and the struggles I went through, you know, and just always kept just persevering. You know, I never allowed myself to think like, oh, this happened, you know, poor me. I was always like, well, the life doesn't have to be like this, you know, like life can be. So I just that mindset and, you know, pushing through is a testament to where I'm at right now.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, for sure. You're really good at adversity. Not that I want you to have any more of it, but I agree, dude. You're really actually good at not ever doing woe is me stuff. And I think like above all, again, too, you keep a sense of humor, which is like really important. I think probably just overall mental balance, but like at least you can be funny. You find a sense of humor in something, and I'm like, yeah, that's good.
You got to, yeah. Got to.
Man, again, this is just, it's always my pleasure talking to you. This is just awesome. I could do this probably every month, man. You know, so Rizin, we got the world championship coming up. You're so focused on that. Body wise, and I probably should have asked this, you feel healthy, ready to go for your fight in a couple days?
I feel the best I've ever felt. Like the best mentally, the best physically, everything, man. You know, like I was training really hard for that fight New Year's Eve, and then it kind of fell through. So, yeah, you know, I've been going at it for, you know, a good amount of time now. So I just feel in the groove and the best I've ever been. So sure. Yeah, I'm ready to get out there and show the world the new Johnny Case.
That's it, man. Thank you again, Johnny. This was again always my pleasure. I appreciate this so much. I will certainly be watching, cheering, rooting, and I'm sure the whole community will be as well. Again, I'll give you an opportunity. Any last words?
No, man, I just wanted to say thank you so much for having me on, man. Thanks for everything, dude. You're awesome. You know, I really appreciate our friendship, and, you know, and I just appreciate life right now. God, like everything's awesome. Everything's lining up better than I can expect, you know, and I just get to go out there and do what I love, you know, and the world title takes care of itself.
That's it. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Johnny.
My pleasure, man. I'll talk to you later, John.